It's up to you, New York, New York.
What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. It's the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast here on Facebook and YouTube. I am your host, Richie, here with my guy, my brother from another mother, Mr. Idris Salam, a.k.a. Bosco from the Bronx.
Start spreading the orange and blue, not the green. Happy Sunday, everybody. Envy Green morning. I say green with envy morning. Let's go.
Yeah. The Boston Celtics are out. The Atlantic Division winners are out of it. The second and third place teams in the Atlantic are going to be going head to head. We've got a generational clash with SGA and the King. We got a Cinderella squad in the Timberwolves that are going to look to continue their miraculous run. A lot of people can't believe that they're still in the playoffs. And we got a couple of game sevens today, Idris.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Game sevens. One of them was played yesterday. And I want
Mhm.
to hit on last night's game sevens before we hit on today's game sevens.
All right.
But what are your thoughts, Idris? I know that we've spoken off air. We've shared it
Yeah.
on our socials how we thought this was going to play out. And to
Mhm.
David Portnoy and anyone else who loves the green, do you like the way that I put that little side note to let everybody know that you guys were so good without Jason Tatum all year, just in case if you guys were going to start with some excuses? Now, on the flip,
Right.
I'm not ever celebrating any good for Philly. I knew that one of two evils were going to be X'd out yesterday. It happened to be the Boston Celtics. And yes, indeed, I did do that with a little bit of Eddie Mush in my bones. Goodbye,
Hey,
Boston.
a wise man once said, all right, Boston, you always got next year. But this year, you can watch us. Yes. You know what? Um, yeah, I don't want to hear no excuses. 'Cause all year, Boston balled out without Jason Tatum. So we don't want, we had Porzingis last year. Y'all balled out all year this year without Porzingis being on that team. Nobody wants to hear that excuse. We don't want to hear that. Y'all won the division without Jason Tatum. So there's no excuses. None.
And I'm
Jalen
going to give
Brown
him
is your
credit.
star.
I'm going to
Yeah.
give him credit on a good season because,
Yeah,
you
yes,
know, we got on the Knicks case at different times of the year saying how this was the year that the Knicks were supposed to win the Atlantic. And even when the
yeah,
Knicks were down 2-1 to Atlanta,
yeah,
and even though I didn't lose faith and said the Knicks will find a way,
yeah.
and I said this yesterday on the show, there is absolutely no way I would have believed anyone that would have told me that the New York Knicks would have been the first team in the East to win their series. No way.
Nah,
No way.
nah. You would expect Boston and Detroit to pretty much walk through their competition. You
Idris, I'm
know,
getting a little feedback over on your end. Just a little bit of a crispy raspiness, a little bit.
it might be my headphones.
Just letting you know, dog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Might be my headphones. How about now? You
Okay.
good?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's better.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you on that. 100%.
Yeah. Now this would be a good place to start before we get into today's game sevens. Boston Celtics.
Right.
Is this a hiccup or is this a choke? What does the future hold for this team? Because while
Hmm.
Jason Tatum, when he's at his best, could indeed still be a top five player in the league, top 10 for sure. Um, and they have some pieces that play well together. But
Hmm.
revisiting this series that just ended, what went wrong for the Celtics, Idris?
They just
Besides
got
Jason Tatum
they got
dealing
out
with
muscle.
the injuries.
They got out muscled, man. They had nothing for
Yeah,
Embiid for one thing.
over here.
One thing Embiid, they really don't have nothing for Embiid. You know, they just got out muscled, man. They just out coached. I mean, I hate to use the cliche, but they got out coached. You know, and they might have overlooked Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man? I did. Bottom line, I believe they got out coached. I don't think the players, and I can't speak for the players. I'll just go my opinion. I just don't feel they took Philly seriously. I
Well,
just don't think they did.
they've had so
Yeah,
much success against that Philly team over the
yeah,
course of the last years in the playoffs, where
right.
whether it spans back to when Doc Rivers was up there,
Hmm.
whatever the case may be, Philly has never in that era been able to get past the Celtics in those kind of series. So this is a big step for Philadelphia, and similar to how, the Boston Celtics had Tatum miss most of the year and then be a factor late. We know about the injury history of Joel Embiid, some of his restrictions with the back to backs. Then he
Yeah,
had an appendectomy. He suffered from the Bell's palsy. It's a litany of issues that Embiid has had,
yeah,
plus the knees. Um, but getting it back to surface level, he has definitely played his part along with a hyper talented point guard in Tyrese Maxey. This is a Philly team that when I revisit the Knicks series,
yeah.
they are much better right now. And I don't look at that record of theirs as truly indicative of who they are, because I believe that if you have a healthy Embiid for a better portion of the season, this
Hmm.
is a team that would have been right there in the standings with the Detroits, the Clevelands, the Bostons, and of course our New York Knicks.
Yeah, yeah. As for Boston, I'm going to call it a choke job. I'm not going to call it a hiccup because, as we said, they won all year without Jason Tatum.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm not going to call it a hiccup. It's going to be it's a choke job. You're playing Philly. You're playing a Philly team who has, like you said, a Joe Embiid who obviously has issues physically,
Yes.
internally and externally,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they beat you on your floor.
Yes, they did.
So no, it's a choke job because you know why? Because had we lost against Atlanta, it wouldn't have been a hiccup. It'd have been a choke job because we was at full strength. So the same thing goes on the Celtics. I don't want to hear about Jason Tatum being out. You won without him. I don't want to hear.
Now, of course, hindsight's always 2020. Do you think the Boston Celtics made a mistake bringing back Jason Tatum too early, or do you think it's just shit happens?
I just say shit happens
That's
because
reasonable. That's reasonable.
yeah, you know why I say shit happens because again, they won all year without him. They won all year without him. So if they missed him, they shouldn't have missed him because hey, play like we play when the 60, the 82 games we played without him. That's how we need to play. Or the 80 games. I think he came in back at the end.
I find that to be reasonable, Idris. I will
Mm.
say this. I had a conversation with my good friend at work, a former basketball player in his heyday, James Gilly. He actually was getting it in the United Kingdom as a really good basketball player in his heyday. And he spoke to me about this Jason Tatum situation, and he flat out said, as a fellow big man, which my friend Gilly is, when you have a legitimate injury to one of your lower extremities, when you're coming back, so to speak, you're overcompensating on that other leg. And now with
Yeah.
Tatum hurting the other leg, I think in the long run, everything will be okay for him in terms of his immediate, future. The NBA has a relatively quick off season before they come back. Of course, the summer league
Yeah.
after the NBA finals and such. But I think Tatum will be all right. Um, Before we move it
Yeah.
along, what do you think the future holds for the Celtic team? Is this going to need some fine tuning, or do you think they're going to run it back with maybe some low key additions or subtractions that aren't going to be like really mind blowing? Because the Celtics did get a little younger coming into this
Mhm.
season, and they also gave themselves a little affordability by moving some money off the books. So, do you think the Celtics are good enough to run it back, or do you think this is the kind of situation where they got to do a little fine tuning?
I think they're good enough to run it back, but I think they need to do a little bit of fine tuning because I think they need to find themselves a big man.
Somebody to
Um,
take a little pressure off of Jason
yeah. Off
Tatum,
of
because Jason
yeah.
Tatum is he's a very diverse superstar in what he could do on a stat sheet. He's a
Yeah.
good passer, he's a pretty good rebounder, he's a good finisher around the rack, good free throw shooter. There's not much that Jason Tatum doesn't do well when he is locked in and when things are coming to him and he's playing his game. However, in the past, even going back to their championship runs,
Yeah.
whether losing to Golden State or in the season that they did hoist the trophy over Luca and Kyrie when they were both in Dallas, Tatum has from time to time been questioned about his intensity and is he truly that dude?
Right.
Um, it's tough because when you play for an organization like the Celtics that
Hmm.
has had the greatest of the greats, because the Celtics are basically half of the championships in NBA history, which they essentially share with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
You got Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish. Bill Walton was there as a six-man galore. You got Havlicek, Paul
Yeah.
Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, the late great Reggie Lewis.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, this is an
Shoot.
organization that they are NBA royalty, and when
Yeah.
you're a newer player, and it's not like Tatum is some new kid on the block, but what I mean by
Right.
that is that when you're a player in this generation and when you have the ghost of Celtics of yesteryear in the iconic garden, and it's not
Yes.
the same garden as before, but the history is still there, the ghosts are still
Right.
there.
Right.
um it's a lot of pressure. I think that's a fair
Yes.
statement. It's a lot of pressure. I mean, a lot of people feel that even the previous championship with the big three should have produced more. Of course, the Ray Allen move going to Miami influenced some of that.
Yeah.
And they almost beat Kobe the first time. They didn't. They got
Hmm.
him the second, or rather, they got him the first time. They didn't get him the second time. Kobe
Yeah.
Powell and Co. On when
Yeah.
it was truly Kobe's Lakers at that point, no more Shaq Lakers. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Idris. I think you could run it back and be successful. But personally, I think this is the Knicks division for the next few years. Philly's another wild card because
Yeah.
of the fact that we don't know how much longer Embiid's going to be a part of things. But
Yeah.
Philly has proven that they can lean on some of their other players. And
Hmm.
before we go all the way into that, I want to talk about today's game sevens in the association. Round two's tomorrow, but today's
Hmm.
the end of round one. We're going to start with the local team. To me, the Orlando Magic blowing a grand opportunity to knock out the NBA's number one seed in the East, the Pistons. And now the Pistons go back to the Motor City on a two-game winning streak. Do you think there's any way that the Orlando Magic could pull this off, or do you think that they missed the boat and now it's time for the Pistons to prove why they did have the best record in the East?
Whew. They may have missed the boat. They've proven that they can win. They can beat Detroit in Detroit. But dude, with the lead they had against Detroit, that game, this
Mm-hmm.
series should have been over. And you know what happens when teams like that let good teams off the hook?
Yes.
That next game, they get throttled. Look at
Yes.
Atlanta when
Yes.
they had us against the wall, down there. We came back out like, okay, and we throttled them the first game. Then that last game, we had about 60 points at one time.
And this is
So
where the experience variable comes into play, because I said
right,
the same thing about the Knicks series. It's the difference between teams that have been there and are teams that are trying to get there. Because in Atlanta's case, it wasn't
Right.
the same squad with Trey Young. I like what Landry Fields has done with that roster in Atlanta.
Former
But this
Nick.
is the same. Yeah, that's correct. Part of that Carmelo deal. But this is the
Yeah.
same thing going on with the Orlando Magic. This was a team in the preseason that I picked to play in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks. I figured the Magic to be a top 5 team in the conference, particularly because I knew Indy was going to have a down year. Boston, I give them credit yet one more time, despite yesterday's funeral for them, because nobody had them being that good this year without Tatum. So I still give them credit. But as far as this kind of scenario goes, I think it's going
Hmm.
to play out similarly to what the Knicks did. I mean, I don't think they're going to be up by 50 points at any point in this game.
Right.
But what I'm saying is my final for today is 118.99 in favor of the Detroit Pistons. If the Orlando Magic have a chance, they got to come out of the gates and build themselves a nice early lead and hope that they give themselves a chance in the final 3 minutes of the game. But I'm sorry. Detroit woke up. And I don't think all of Detroit's problems are remedied. This is a relief for their fan base if they win. This is a
Hmm.
relief for the players if they win.
Hmm.
Because even going into this playoff bracket,
Hmm.
I had the Cavaliers and Knicks going to the ECF, and I think Cleveland is going to beat Detroit if Detroit wins today. I'm standing on that for now.
Yeah. I want to go to Orlando, but experience wins, man. And Detroit last year, they were surprised. They gave the Knicks, they gave us hell,
Yes, they
and so
did.
they've been battle tested. So and to come back from what they did, like I said the other night, they're like, look, we can do this, and see that showed that Orlando, that's how young they are. You have to put your opponent away. I'm going to go Detroit 112, Orlando 98. I hope Orlando wins. But you, you, you don't let a team like Detroit off the
No,
hook.
no, no.
You don't do it.
And, while you made a point about how Orlando was able to win on their home floor, there's a distinct difference with winning a game 1 on somebody's home floor versus winning a game 7 on somebody's home floor. It's a distinct difference. And we're going to find out in a few hours if the Orlando Magic have one more miracle in them. Shouts out to the extinct WNBA team. My mother was actually a season ticket holder for, the old school Orlando Miracles. But yeah, Idris will come back in a moment, I believe. But that's where I'm at. Here he is. That's where I'm at with the Orlando Magic. I'm gonna pull for them.
Yeah.
The I actually, like I'm
Hmm.
a Knicks fan through and through, but
Oh
I
yeah,
got a soft
definitely.
spot for the local team. Every
Yeah.
time I go to watch a game in Orlando, everybody's super friendly. You get treated
Yeah.
really well out there, even as a
Yeah.
visitor when the Knicks are in town. Similarly to the feel that I have when I go to the Trop. They appreciate the passion of the New York fans. And, at the end of the day, Orlando's not exactly known to be a sports city, so to speak. I mean, Orlando City Soccer has helped. But I believe that today's just going to be a day where Orlando is going to see what it looks like and what it takes to win on the other side. Idris, don't know if you're talking, but yeah, okay, there you go. You were muted
Yeah.
for a second.
Yeah. I
But
muted
yeah,
myself
that's
because I
my
had some
take
noise
on
on
game
in here.
on the first game of today.
Yeah.
I am not hearing you, buddy.
Oh, you can't hear me now?
I am not hearing you, Idris.
All right, hold on. Let me go out and come back in.
Let me make sure he can see what I'm
I hear
saying.
you. I hear you.
Got some comments coming in. You hear me? Okay. Yeah, Idris might have to come back in. I think he might have tricked his headphones. I know our man Book was supposed to meet us today, but he was having some bandwidth issues on his end out in PA. Here we go. Idris, you good?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Dang it.
You might
Oh.
have to reset it. You might have to come in
Yeah.
and out.
Yeah.
All right. We'll continue along. as we wait to see if Idris can come back in. I'm going to talk about this one here. Can the Cinderella Wolves pull off another miracle against Wemby and Co? And then I'll go back to the second game 7 because I want to hear Idris's take on that. I love what the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to pull off without Dante DiVincenzo, without Anthony Edwards. But this is a bigger challenge. This is just a better team. I am actually shocked that Nikola Jokic and Co could not get through and win this series. And I saw a post, and I'm gonna piggyback on this. You know, LeBron James is heavily scrutinized for some of his playoff failures, and with good reason. But Nikola Jokic, who in some people's estimations is the best player in the world, or at least one of them, should be held to that same standard as LeBron when things don't go his way. You know, he won a championship against an 8th-seeded Heat team a few years back. And Idris, say something to me.
Mic check 1 2.
We are back.
Yes,
I
I'm
diverted for
back.
game 7.
hmm
We're going to go back because I wanted to make sure I got your spin on it. But right now, I'm on the Timberwolves and
Okay.
Wemby. And I was talking about how,
hmm
as basketball fans, ourselves included, we have been very critical of LeBron James' failures, and with good reason. But I want Nikola Jokic to start getting held to that same standard because
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I know that he doesn't have the most support there, but losing to a decimated T-Wolves team like that, who I give all the credit to, I
yeah.
give all the credit to them. Their defense was on point. You know, Gobert was getting it. But, you know, we
You
talk
got
about
to
the
beat him.
Celtics and the choke job. This is a choke job in its own right.
You got to beat him. You got to beat
Yes.
him. You got to
Yes.
beat him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big choke job. Yeah, I know they traded Mike last year. But still, Minnesota does not have DiVincenzo. You don't have uh oh shoot.
Anthony Edwards,
You
goddamn.
don't have Anthony Edwards. Yeah. You are supposed to get these guys out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to win that game 4 games to 1.
That's
Four
correct.
games to two at worst. But no way did they supposed to eliminate you under 7 games. No. And that's a choke job. Just like Boston, it's a choke job. Period.
Yeah, and moving forward,
Yeah.
I think Jokic, who's always been a pretty approachable dude in the media and always been pretty even keel, win or lose,
hmm Yeah.
I think he's going to start feeling the pressure similar to what King James has felt for the majority of his career.
Yep.
Because in some circles, people do consider Jokic literally the best player in the world. Some say it's
Right.
SGA,
Right.
but he's undeniably a top 5 player in the league. I put him in the top
Yeah.
3 without even thinking too hard about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. No lower than top 5. But I put him in the top 3. You're the leader of the team, man. You're the face. You're one of the
SGA is
faces
the
of the
man
league.
right now. They just won the
Right.
title. They got the best record. I'm putting SGA up there. I think Wemby's already in the top 10. He's quickly approaching. I think the fella in my avatar is in the top 10.
I agree.
And I think
I
Karl
agree.
Anthony Towns wants to get in the top 10.
Yeah. He just had to be more consistent.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
He has to be
But we're
consistent.
starting to
Yeah.
see a little bit of the Minnesota version of Karl Anthony Towns. I'll make it short, sweet, and simple. I think the
hmm
Minnesota Timberwolves will be very fortunate if they win one game, but because I respect the Warriors' spirit, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
give the T-Wolves one game just because they are that tough nosed. Give me the Spurs in 5, though, and I don't think it's going to be too difficult all in all. But I'm going to give the T-Wolves one game.
Yeah. I want to give them 2. They might sneak one. I don't know, but I'm gonna go 6, but it's probably gonna be 5.
All right. Idris has the Spurs in 6. I got the Spurs in 5. We're going to go back to these game 7s, and then we're going to hit
hmm
on look ahead to round 2 a little bit deeper.
hmm
Our second game today is the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Toronto Raptors. Idris, in my opinion, in terms of just defensive play, consistent defensive play. I think this has been the most intense series of round one. I think it's been the most evenly matched series in round one.
Hmm.
But I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have a little bit of an issue of stepping on the neck because the Cleveland Cavaliers are a better team than the Toronto Raptors. There's a feel-good situation. You know, RJ Barrett, the former New York Knick, we have mixed feelings on him, but I always wish him well.
Yeah.
He grew up a Raptors fan, and you're talking about the Dino days when they had that dope jersey with the dinosaur. You're
Yeah.
talking old school Raptors, Vinsanity jumping out of the
Yeah.
gym.
Like, he's
You
from
know, they
Toronto, so
that's correct, or even taking it back a little earlier, Marcus Camby, Young McGrady. Then they
Yeah.
trade Camby, they get Charles Oakley in there. They started winning. They beat the Knicks in the first round post Ewing era. They had Oak getting his just due revenge after
Yeah.
getting traded by the Knicks. They had Vince Carter. They were super, super
Yeah. Skip.
talented.
Yeah.
Never
Skip to
quite
Malou
got to
too.
the top. Yes, they
Ray for
did.
Austin. Yeah. Ray for
Ray for
Austin.
Alston and one
Yeah.
fame.
Yeah. So.
Ray for Alston, definitely part of that old school N1 mixtape.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I
But
think with Yeah, I think Toronto. What I'm seeing, with the exception of Boston, are the top teams. They may have lost the game, but they came back and said, "Okay, this is how we beat them." And like, look at the Knicks game. Look at OKC. They lost the game. They said, "Okay, let's get back to ball. How we play." Look at Detroit. They were dead in the water. Even look at Houston. I mean, they were lower seed. I mean, not Houston. The Lakers. You know,
yes,
those teams played. They said, "Look, this is how we play." They won that one game. This is our brand of basketball, and they went out and destroyed that team the next game.
indeed.
So, so if Cleveland looks at that tape and say, "This is how we beat them," like the Knicks did.
Hmm.
This is how we beat them. Let's do it again. They're going to run Toronto out the building. If they go back, if Harden goes back to being James Harden, they're going home. They're staying
I
home.
got I got the Cavs winning by 10, 102-92. Similar to the Knicks series and similar to how
Hmm.
um, game 3, even though we lost, we made that substantial comeback.
Hmm.
I believe, I wholeheartedly believe that they figured out that Toronto, despite however that shit played out, I
Yes.
thought Cleveland made a big boo-boo with that challenge on the moving screen. It was a
Yeah.
50-50, but the ramifications if you didn't get the challenge were too high. I think
Yes.
Cleveland made a mistake doing that,
Yes.
and ultimately they lose the game on what should have been a foul, but
Hmm.
they could do nothing about it. Literally, they
Right.
could do nothing about it, and you know, Toronto got lucky. Listen, let's just call it like it is. Toronto got lucky. Their
Hmm.
offense went completely in the tank in OT,
Yeah.
and they had to work so very hard for any little thing that they were able to do. Now, this is Donovan Mitchell's time. Is Donovan Mitchell going to be that dude in a career-defining Game 7 moment,
Right.
or are there going to be continued questions? This is a Cleveland team that had the number 1 seed last year and got upset by the Pacers. No shame in that. The Pacers also went on to upset the New York Knicks. I want to erase
Yeah.
that from the memory banks.
Yeah.
But and there'll be more Pacers and Knicks in the future, because when Halliburton comes back, the Pacers are going to find a way back to the better part of the Eastern Conference standings. But give me the Cavaliers by 10 today. I think Toronto is going to make a honest effort keeping things close. But if Toronto isn't shooting the ball well, and if they're not making offensive adjustments on Cleveland's stingy defense,
Hmm.
this could be a blowout. But I'm going to give Toronto the benefit of the doubt and say that they hang around, lose by 10.
Yeah. I'm going for the upset on this one, man.
Oh boy, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to upset. But it's going to be close. I think I'm going to go Toronto 98. I mean, not 98. Toronto 101, Cleveland 98. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think Toronto. I don't see Toronto as Orlando. Yes, they're young too, but I just got a feeling it's just Cleveland, dude. It's just Cleveland.
I hope RJ Barrett is able to have one of those stellar games. And I like
Yeah,
RJ as a
yeah,
human and as a character.
yeah,
He's a good dude, but
yeah.
I don't trust RJ. I think RJ is
I
gonna
don't trust him.
continue to
Yeah,
shoot the ball poorly. I just don't think Toronto is going to be able to. I mean, I'd like to see it,
Yeah,
but this is my thing too, Idris.
yeah,
Home court has been the story in this one, and
yeah.
man, that would be devastating if they lose. But they are Cleveland, so you never know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's Cleveland, dude, and you got James Harden. He's like the extra. He's like what's his name on Goodfellas? Not Goodfellas. A Bronx Tale. Mush. What's
Yeah, yeah, Eddie
yeah,
Mush.
yeah, yeah. He's Eddie Mush, man. So I don't know. He's Eddie Mush. So
Well, maybe I'll mush him. I'm gonna say Harden. Harden goes for 25, 5 and 5.
Harden's going for he's going for 19. I'm gonna go 19, 5 and 5. I think he'll shoot under 50%. It's James Harden, dude. It's Eddie Mush. I'm telling you.
We're gonna find out, bro. We're gonna definitely find out. All right, we're gonna talk about the young lion versus the established king. SGA, defending world champions, #1 seed yet again. And you got a Lakers team. We're talking about defense. They played great defense. Now, the assignment wasn't that complicated because Kevin
Yeah,
Durant, in addition to being one of the finest shooters and one of the finest offensive weapons the sport has ever seen, he also, brings a lot of versatility in terms of getting other guys going. But Houston looked lost in that series
yeah,
without KD, who only suited up for game 2. I
yeah,
went on a big diatribe about why Curry and LeBron have better legacies than KD, but this is about the Lakers.
yeah.
Luka, I'm going to make a prediction and say that he comes back for either 3 or 4. I'm leaning towards game 4, which means the Lakers got to find a way to at least win one of the first 3 games to
Yeah.
make a series out of this thing.
Mhm.
I think they
I
could.
agree.
I like what LeBron has been able to do,
Hmm.
and I like what the Lakers are doing, trusting their reserves,
Hmm.
letting AR-15 kind of let the game come to him. LeBron James has done a phenomenal job. Here he
Yeah.
is. LeBron James has done a phenomenal job of facilitating. He's done a phenomenal job of
Hey, who's
being a
that guy?
leader.
Who the hell
I
is this
know that. I
guy?
know. I know that man.
What's up, boo?
Welcome to
What's
the
up, brother?
show, Book. I know you were having some bandwidth issues a little earlier. Happy you're here. I'll speed you up. We just dropped our Game 7 predictions. Idris is differing from me. He got the Raptors beating the Cavs. I told him no, sir. Not with the way the Cavs played defense the other night. R.J. Barrett had some divine intervention on that back rim, and I know what that looks like being a Knicks fan. R.J. has always had a flair for the dramatic, and it's a cool story, but that story ends today. I got the Motor City men knocking out the Mickey Mouse men. Detroit is not playing. They're going to hold Orlando to under 100. Now, I'm rooting for Orlando, but it ain't happening. And, you got to step on their necks. They allowed Cade to get himself right, and it's too late for Orlando, at least in my opinion. So before we go any further, Book, what are your predictions
Hold on,
for
hold on, hold
today's
on, hold on,
games? Yeah, yeah.
hold on, hold on. Before you pass it to Book, let me say this to the audience. Y'all see how Richie just totally dismantled my prediction? That was personal, man. That was a little
Hey,
racist, man.
hey, hey, hey.
Now go ahead, Book, man.
What's up, fellas? What's up, chat? How everybody
What's up,
doing?
man? All right, all
Um,
right.
that was, I like what Richie did. But
Book.
today,
I don't.
you don't
We're
like what
not
he did?
hearing you.
Nah, I'm joking.
Book, we're not
Go
hearing
ahead.
you, brother. Book, we're
No, I
not
hear.
hearing you up here. You
No,
hear
I
me?
hear him. I hear him. Yeah, I hear him.
It's
You
not
hear me?
translating on my side.
Yeah, yeah.
Mic check,
Just go.
mic check.
No, I hear you, Book. I hear you. He doesn't hear you. You might have to go out, Rich, and come back in.
I'm gonna
I
go
don't
out.
know. Yeah, but go ahead and give your what's your game 7s, Book?
So I got. Well, I want. I'm gonna say I
Yeah,
want.
that's
Definitely
me.
want Detroit. I want Detroit to take it. You know what I
Right.
mean? I feel like I like the fact that Philly advanced. I like the fact that the Knicks advanced. Obviously, the Knicks advanced. I just want to see a throwback, playoff
Yeah,
scenario. You know what I mean? All the
yeah,
throwback, all the teams that we grew up watching, loving, cheering for, hating, Pistons. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I want to see them in the mix. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
No doubt, no doubt.
Orlando, you had your opportunity, you blew it. Like, you know what I mean? I feel
Yeah,
like you had a chance to
big
seize the
time,
series.
big time.
You let that slip away big time. So I feel like you're gonna pay for this. Where's
Yeah.
game 7 at, bro?
Detroit, Motor City,
Yes.
Motown.
Those fans are going to be relentless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're going to be
yeah,
relentless. This the D we talking about, baby. This the D. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
like
right.
yeah.
With me, I guess mine is more like I want Toronto to win.
Mhm.
Because it's an easier path to the finals. But I mean, smart money is Detroit. Smart money is Detroit.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it real. Smart money is Detroit. Mine is basically like I want I want them to win. I'll put it that way.
So wait,
But
we have 2 Game 7s today, right?
yeah, we also got Cleveland and Orlando.
Cleveland and Toronto. Okay.
I mean, wait,
Yeah.
Detroit and yeah, Detroit. Yeah. You're right. I got it all mixed up.
No, you're all right.
Well, I need to change my prediction now because I had that mixed up. I'm going with Detroit for the win.
Oh yeah, Detroit and Orlando. I'm going with Detroit for the win. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I had the two teams mixed up. I had Detroit and Toronto. That's why I'll take it Toronto. Yeah, I got Detroit then. Yeah, I'm gonna flip that. Detroit winning, but I do have Cleveland losing though.
Okay,
I
yeah.
just I just don't trust James Harden, man.
I
Hey,
don't
and you
trust
have
him
this
either.
match.
I don't
You
trust
have
him either,
this?
but today's going to be a day. 25, 5-5 for the beard.
With a
Hey,
bid.
hey, Richie, I switched up because I got them games mixed up. I'm going with Detroit. I was thinking Detroit and what's the name instead. That's why I was like Toronto. Now I'm going with Detroit for the win.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Can
Detroit at least
you
for today. Round two will be a different story. I think Cleveland's going to
Yeah.
knock Detroit out. That's just my opinion. We'll see what
I don't
happens.
think Cleveland gonna make it, dude. I'm still
Can you
that
hear me
I'm
already?
still
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I hear you. Great. You sound like you're sitting next to me.
Okay,
Hell
cool.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
so
you
I
get
also have
for
Cleveland.
breaking down my prediction.
I have Cleveland and Detroit advancing today. I'm with Richie all the way on this one.
Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go. All right. After I had to dismantle my co-host audacity to go against Cleveland. I mean, what could go wrong? Cleveland is never mind. We know. They better thank the Lord and Savior that LeBron James came back that second time because they'd still have all that sorrow ranging from Ernest Biner, ranging even in the movies from Rick Wilding Vaughn. It's just so much misery out there. Odell Beckham, we did send you there for your career to die. However,
Yes,
there
we
is a
did.
hug and an open home waiting for you to
Right.
come back if you
That's
can
right.
get through training camp. I'm
That's
all
right.
over the place. I'm excited. I'm excited today, guys. I'm excited today, guys.
Let's flip some football in there. Okay, I see.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bean, we got
we
Book.
might hit on it on the way out.
Hey, Bean, we got Book on the show, and me and him are LSU Tiger fans. What's the outlook of our team this year, bro?
The future is bright, man. Well, the
Yeah.
present is bright. I'm sorry, the present is bright. You know what I mean? Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love.
Yes.
Need I say more? I mean,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I need to hear.
need I say
He's
more?
gonna be. We're gonna have a fun team this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Offensive productivity is going to be top 20 in the country, no problem. I
Oh
share
yeah.
your sentiments. Lane Kiffin is the perfect guy to do what needs to be done for that team to flourish.
I like him because he's an ass. I just like him because he's an ass. He's like I don't give a shit. It's my
No,
team.
Lane, yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy that Brian Kelly got exposed for the phony that he was.
I didn't want
Because
him from the start.
one thing that we have in common, because me being an Irish fan and you guys being Tiger fans, is that
Mhm.
we've both seen the con man that Brian Kelly is. So
I
it's
did
a
not.
better
I never
day.
liked him.
Not me neither. It's a better day for the LSU Tigers moving forward. I think that they're a couple of years away from potentially challenging for a natty. I actually mean that. I'm not saying it to appease either one of you. I do
Reaching.
believe that the LSU Tigers are a few years away with this class of potentially competing for a natty, and then with the BCS, and with there
Mhm.
being more era, so to speak, where being the number one team in the country doesn't guarantee you as much.
Yeah.
It's a real tournament now. Yeah, why not? Why not?
You know what? Brian Kelly is the reason why I didn't like Notre Dame
Mm.
because of him.
Brian
And when
Kelly is the reason why I had to, kind of apologize for some of my outbursts.
when I heard he was coming to LSU, I said bad decision. First thing I said bad decision. I said we're not gonna win nothing with this guy.
And I distinctly remember Mike Zappi.
Oh, now he's your problem.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna be horrible. I knew it. I knew it. I said he won't last three. I said he won't last 3 years. That's what I said. He will not last 3 years.
I'm going to pull it
Yeah,
back to this one here, and then we're going to
yeah.
hit on NYC versus Embiid. Let's hit back on the King versus the Young Lion.
Mhm.
Okay.
I really like, and listen, for me to give LeBron James credit, it's coming from a real place because I've been
Me
so
too.
critical of this man his whole career.
Me
But
too.
listen,
Yeah.
what he's been able to do with this Lakers team. Idris,
Hmm.
you said it about a month ago before the playoffs really were
Yeah.
in full bloom.
Yeah.
Daisy, right here, honey. Come over here. Say hi to the guys.
What up, Daisy? You don't see my face, but you remember me.
Daisy.
When I was
Wow.
Relax, Daisy.
petting you on the couch, you was barking at first, and after a while, you wouldn't leave me alone.
That's right. It took me about a solid 48 hours to get used to. But yeah,
Yeah.
the King, one thing I got to give this man, and it
Yeah.
will be more appreciated when he eventually leaves the NBA. He has
Right.
been very good at building the confidence of his other players, guys
Hmm.
that have to take bigger roles because of the Luca injury. I said before you popped in, Book, I think Luca's going to be back for about game 3, game 4, hopefully for the Lakers case. Lakers got to win one of the first three to make a
Got it.
series out of this.
Must win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will
Yeah.
they win one of these three? That's the question.
Will they? That's a tall task, but game one is the easiest game to steal, in my opinion. They don't know how
Yeah.
you're gonna play.
100.
They're
Right
100%.
forced
on.
to have to make adjustments on the fly. If they can't make those adjustments in that game, you have a chance to
Hmm.
take that game one. So that I hope JJ has been in his bag and he has a plan, and we're going to implement that plan and we execute that plan to the fullest. Because if we're not able to take game one, I don't really see us being able to just being devoid of the talent that OKC has in game two. So we have to put all our eggs in this game one basket.
Well said. And I'm with you. And, we talk about experience. I get it. These guys are the world champions. But LeBron has been through the NBA wars touching damn near 3 different generations when you consider when he first came out straight from high school, the Cleveland years, starting, where Mike Brown took him to the finals and they met, that
Hmm.
engine that was Pop's Spurs.
Yeah.
He forms the Heatles in Miami, wins 2 out of 4 finals. He had a low and he had quite a high, a little bit of all of it in 4 years in Miami. Goes back to Cleveland, gives that city something to do a backflip over, coming back against what would have been the greatest NBA team of all time, jumping MJ and Pips 90s Bulls. Well, that one particular year, of course, we're referring to 72 and 10.
Yeah.
So, he won in the bubble. And while people like to poke fun at it, at the end of the day, it wasn't easy for nobody because it was an unprecedented kind of thing.
Hmm.
I mean, it would have been really amazing playing against his former Heat club if that would have been in front of fans. He would go back to American Airlines and do it there.
Yeah.
Do it at the time. Staples, what is it, Crypto now? They've changed that name so many times. Kevin Hart explained that. But, the King is capable, and he's going to find a way to steal one of these games. And to Book's point, I
Hmm.
think in any series, game one is always the most realistic one to steal because they've been in survival mode, whereas OKC's kind of been coasting, and sometimes a little too much rest could make you a little complacent. So if you're going to punch him in the mouth, it has to be game one.
Think about
I
this,
agree.
Rich. I'm gonna let you get in. You just think about. Let me just drop
Are
this
you
last
good?
point right here. 2001 NBA Finals, Philly against the Lakers, the
Yes,
juggernaut Lakers.
sir.
Uh-oh.
AI stole what game? AI stole what game?
Yes, sir. Number one.
Yeah.
Stepped over Tyrone Lue.
Yes, he did. The answer would not be denied. And I don't care if you're a Knicks fan and you know how we
uh,
feel about Philly sports.
Right.
Everybody in this country, in one way or another, they were either celebrating him on the exterior
mhm.
or they were in the closet about Allen Iverson. But Allen Iverson was that dude. And when you see a guy so skinny and just taking it to the rim against Shaq, a guy that people were literally terrified of taking it up on Shaq, walking over Ty Lue, getting in the face of the late, great Kobe Bryant and saying, I'm here. And this is why I'm the MVP, and this is my league. No,
Yep.
they didn't win the series. Mount Mutombo, rest his soul, was no answer for Shaquille O'Neal. Eric Snow had the slowest dribble in the world. It looked like one of my
Oh
uncles.
my goodness.
But the truth of the matter is that Allen Iverson certified himself
Yeah.
as a true Hall of Fame talent because were it not for that one glorious night in Los Angeles, that Laker team may have gone down as the most devastating team of all time because that's literally their only loss.
Only lost. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well said,
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with what you and Book said. I mean, I have nothing to give. I have nothing to give.
Idris, I'm
Yeah.
like on fire today. This is
Yeah, you
Cafe
are, man.
Buthello. This is Cafe Buthello. This is just the excitement, the pure excitement of my New York Knicks chasing that ever elusive first championship since 1973, 8 years before I was even thought of.
Whew.
I am ready,
Eight,
bro.
8 years after I was thought of. Shoot. After 8 years after I was born, I should say. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for sports period right now because we got the NBA finals going on.
Yes, sir.
Of course, baseball season is in full swing. Um, but as a New York fan, as me and you spoke off air, it's a great time for New York sports, and for me, it's a great time sports period because I'm an LSU fan, and we got the coach that I want. The Giants got the coach that I wanted. The Knicks are in the playoffs. The Yankees in first place. I'm feeling good right now.
Oh, you, yeah.
I'm waiting for football season though.
Oh, you're damn right. I can't wait for September to arrive. You know, get through August. August always makes me nervous, not just for my team, but for talented players all over the league. Because one thing that I always like hate is
Hmm.
seeing players go down before games that count. But it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't kind of thing. Because when you don't play guys or push them in training camp, sometimes they unfortunately get hurt. We've spoken
Yeah.
about the surfaces of certain NFL fields, too many
Hmm.
non-contact injuries. Talking about LSU, the great Malik Neighbors, that
Yeah.
ridiculous injury. We've seen it too many times on the Giants turf. We've seen it around the league. It's a league-wide problem, not just a Giants problem. So I
Yeah.
just say it and I mean it. I wish all these young men, the best coming out of the preseason so they can, you never want to get hurt, but if it's going to happen, you want it to be in something that counts. And
Yeah.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I love what Coach Harbaugh is bringing to Big Blue with the physicality. This isn't a rerun of the Ravens. This is certain pieces of the Ravens that are going to try to fit into the mold of what New York Giants football is supposed to look like. It's high efficiency, low risk passing. It's hitting you with a litany of edge rushers. Not always the best secondary, but guys that get a little breather because we are putting quarterbacks on their behinds. And of course, you got the running game right now. You got a real fullback. Every Giant team that was worth celebrating had a traditional fullback. Patrick
Yeah.
Ricard is the best fullback in terms of what he brings to the table, similar to like a Low Neal from many years ago. Jackson Dart, got to keep him out of the blue tent. They go and get the big Samoan. He is so happy to be a New York Giant. I did
Great
want
pick.
Caleb Downs, not going to front. I wanted Caleb Downs,
Yeah.
but that was the right pick.
Yeah, that's a
And
great pick.
and
Let me ask
Nate
Book.
Edmonds is a tweener, bro. He's a tweener.
Yeah.
That's another reason. And we brought back Jason Pinnock.
And let me ask you, Book, what you think about? Let me give you my opinion on you're a Saints fan, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You guys are headed in the right direction. This is just my opinion.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys, you guys got your quarterback. I believe you got your coach.
hmm
You got y'all got your running back. Y'all got this is your division this year. Me and Richie said this. This is your division this year. Y'all got this.
Way too early prediction. Way
It
too
is.
early. I'm predicting
Yeah.
the Saints to edge
Yeah.
out the Bucks in the NFC South with Carolina taking a step back
Yeah.
at third.
Yeah. This is the Saints. The Saints got the division this year. What I seen out of the Saints last year, and I thought we was gonna get Tyler Shuck. I really did. What I seen out of that kid,
Who is weak?
man, huh? What?
You
What
said
you
you
mean
thought
we?
who's your squad?
No, the Giants. I thought the Giants were going to draft Tyler Shuck. I did. When
They
y'all
got
got him, I was like, he needs some development. But when I saw you guys had Kellen Moore's quarterback, I was like, this kid's going to ball if when he gets on the court. I mean,
And
just
if
on the
you
floor.
take away the injuries from college, he would have been ranked right up there
Yeah,
with the top 3 quarterbacks of that particular draft. Make no mistake about it.
yeah, he's gonna be a star, dude.
He
That
would
kid's
have
gonna be a
been.
star.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little skeptical if he was gonna be okay. But when I see the Saints put up the kind of record that they had in the South last year, even though they didn't play well against the rest of the league, they did
Yeah,
a good job of beating us and taking the football away. I give them credit where it's due. The
yeah,
thing is, the Saints are where they need to be right now. And then when you
yeah.
consider that you're marrying Chris Olave, who is a veteran in this league, that's going to bring in Tyson, it's a great situation.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
great situation. And
yeah. I'm
watch
happy
out.
for y'all, man. Yeah, I'm
If
happy
their
for y'all.
defense plays up to their capabilities, the New
Yeah,
Orleans Saints are going to punch a lot of people in the face this year.
And
yeah.
we have a full play schedule too.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, y'all straight. Y'all straight.
I expect that team to win 9 to 10 games and win that
Yeah,
division. I really mean that. I really mean that.
yeah. Shout out to my boy James Johnson and Samika Jenkins, 2 diehard Saints fans. Um, yeah, y'all guys gonna ball this year. I mean,
I agree.
yeah, y'all
Just
gonna
got to
ball
stay
this year.
healthy like any other
Stay
team. You
healthy.
know, you could never forecast the weather on injuries, but if the Saints
Yeah,
stay healthy, I expect them to be playing for the division title. And Tampa addressed their defense, so they should be in the mix. But I'm sorry, it's not
yeah,
just about your typical 1,000-yard season, but when you lose a guy like a Mike Evans, that is so
yeah,
detrimental to the culture of that locker room. You can't just let a man like that go. I don't care.
yeah. That's why I said this is the Saints. Well, let's hear from both, man. Let's
Yeah, I feel
talk.
like yeah, Carolina, they're gonna always be the little brother of the division in Carolina.
Yeah.
I
Atlanta,
so agree.
they have Tua Tagovailoa as their quarterback. Need I
Thank
say more?
you.
I'm not even. We're
I'm
not
gonna
one
do
of them.
that twice. I'm gonna do that twice. I want that man to retire and save his brain.
Yeah. You go
Tampa,
ahead, boo. Preach
Tampa,
it. Preach it.
Tampa still they still don't have enough. Like y'all say, Mike Evans leaving. They have something. Obviously, got an experienced coach, but they don't have enough. We're on the ride. We
Yeah.
just fused in a lot of offensive firepower for Tyler Shuck. We got Jordan
Yeah.
Tyson, Bryce Lance,
Yeah.
um, Ariane
That's
Brown.
right. They got Trey Lance's little
Yeah.
bro. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're young.
Uh-huh.
They're
Yeah,
young, dude.
you know the youth movement, bro. Like it's
And
about
they're
to get crazy.
aggressive. They're aggressive too. They're not afraid to take
Yeah.
chances. They're not afraid to take chances.
Uh-uh.
I like
Yeah,
That's
what
we
they're
got
why.
doing.
the
I do
tackles
mean
out of
that.
the way. 2 years
Yep.
ago, back to back, we drafted Talise Fuaga from Oregon State.
Yep.
2 years ago, last year we drafted Kelvin Banks from Texas. We got
Yep.
our booking tackles. We signed David Edwards from the Bills at
Yep.
guard. We have Eric McCoy coming back. He's a Pro Bowl
That
center.
Edwards pickup is
Preach
low
it.
key really good. I watched enough Bills games to vouch for that.
Okay,
Preach
okay,
it.
okay, okay. And we start Travis Etienne. I mean, running back. I'm not sure
Yep.
what Evan Kamara's gonna do. It's not looking good, but I like what we see. I like where we are right
Yeah.
now.
Y'all straight,
I
dude.
personally believe, Book, that with bringing in ATN, it could add a
Yeah.
nice little dynamic because ATN
Etienne.
could be your bruiser.
Etienne is French.
Hmm.
Etienne.
ATN.
Yeah, HN.
No, Etienne. Etienne. You'll get it.
ETN.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
ETN. ETN. I
Etienne.
think HN. So basically the E, the T, and the rest rolls.
Yeah, Rose. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
Hey, Rich, you didn't see where he told that? He was on, I think it was ESPN, I can't remember. He's like, yeah, people were pronouncing about like ETN. And he was saying, nah, it's not ETN.
It's like a little French Creole dynamic with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
My man,
Yeah.
my man Denzi Toaster, if he's tuning in, he's gonna be clowning on this when he sees me at work.
All these years, people call him Travis Etienne, and it ain't even
saying?
close.
I have unfortunately murdered that man's name for a lot of years.
Hey, I stopped when I saw him on TV. I was like, oh shit.
So until I master that name, I'm gonna start going TE. I'm gonna be like
Yeah,
TE.
TE.
Not to be confused with ET. But TE is gonna be a good compliment to AK because the nice thing about this for Kamara is
Hmm.
that he's gonna be able
Hmm.
to focus on being more of the pass catching back. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
he's lightning in a bottle when he's feeling good. But by
Yeah.
the snap share between these two running backs,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a very good thing. And I don't care unless if you got like a Derrick Henry or a Saquon or a CMC. If you look around the NFL, guys, you definitely need the two back system. When we had your cousin on the show, Idris, and he talked.
Yeah.
Now this is pre-Saquon, and when
Yeah.
he spoke to us about like Miles Sanders and who they have, giant killer there. They had Boston there for a little while.
Yeah, I know you're talking about kid.
Boston Scott.
Boston Scott. Boston Scott.
Yeah.
Used to kill us.
The point to be made is that unless if you have one of those top flight guys, which is few and far between, it's really nice what the Saints have cooking right now. And even like with our team, with Tracy and Scat. Tracy's a converted wide receiver, who's been a running back for a short while.
Yeah.
But that's the wave. I mean, shoot, if Jeremiah Love was there at 5, which I knew that he wasn't going to be, but if he was, and of course, like I said, I'm an Irish fan, I would have co-signed that. But, you know, the fan base had a lot of trauma from, you know, picking Saquon when we didn't have an established line, when we didn't have the right quarterback, when Eli was aging, etc. A lot of reasons. But, you know, the Cardinals got a good one.
Yeah.
And before we get out of here, gentlemen, I saved the best for last, or at least I believe that.
Okay.
I know what it is.
NYC versus Embiid. The rivalry reignites. This is personal. Personal. Whenever it's Philly in New York, whether it's football, whatever it is.
Whatever sport.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's personal.
And I'm going to call out Joel Embiid. Like, listen, I don't wish injury on no one. He's been through a lot of hell, whether it be the Bell's palsy, issues with the knees, a lot of different issues that this man has went through. And I never want that for anyone, even a rival, because I want to beat everybody at their best.
Yeah.
But I will say this. There is something karmic to it, and forgive me for saying this if I'm out of pocket, but what he did to Mitchell Robinson a couple of years ago was all kinds of wrong. Kinds of wrong.
He messed him up.
And yes, he did.
What was that? What did he do?
When he essentially, for a second, I didn't know if it was Joel Embiid or Ken Shamrock. Because it looked like he was going to try to put Mitch in the ankle lock. And listen, I get that you don't want anybody to land on you, but it's kind of the same feelings I have for LaMelo and Bam Adebayo. And it's not because of the one incident. It's because LaMelo has a history of doing that kind of crap.
Yeah.
But and Bam handled it like a man, as did Mitch. Mitch did too. You know, you get even in your own way, but you don't turn it into a media thing where it's like they're making it all this toxic heat. You know, grown men are going to handle their business in their grown man way. But this is going to be a very physical series. I said it off air. I'll say it here. I know that whether it was Jaylen Brown or whether it's Tyrese Maxey, they bring different challenges. This is a Philly team that would have had a better record if Embiid was able to contribute more during the season. This is a very dangerous opponent.
Knicks in 6.
I'm gonna go one more. I'm going Knicks in 7, but this is gonna be far from an easy task. Knicks in 7, and I expect an epic series. And the guy that's gonna ball out, that's gonna be the reason why the Knicks win this series. We know what Cat brings. We know what Brunson brings. We know that Alvarado is the energy bunny off the bench. This is gonna be OG Anunoby time, and OG Anunoby is gonna have a series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still Knicks in 6.
I'm going 7. I'm being humble on it. I'm going 7.
I'm being humble. I'm being humble. Knicks in 6. I'm being humble.
Book, what do you think?
If they make me mad, I'm gonna say Knicks in 5. Knicks in 6.
I'm going to go Knicks in 6 as well.
There you go.
Knicks been waiting. They well rested.
Something I don't mind being wrong about. I will not have an issue being wrong about that.
They well rested and they ready, man.
Yeah, and it's Philly. It's Philly.
And it's Philly. I think this is who they wanted. I think they would rather have not went up against Boston. Not that they was afraid, but if I could choose Philly up Boston, give me Philly.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying. If I could choose between Philly and Boston, give me Philly.
Give me Philly. So they got the match they wanted. Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
Now I want to ask you this, Boop, before we get out of here for today.
Yeah, it was
Obviously, we know about Joel Embiid's physical limitations, things that he's been through. Do you think the New York Knicks are going to be able to
Ooh, man.
exploit getting this guy gassed, getting this guy, really working so hard where, the rigors of his career are going to really come back to bite in this series? Because on the flip side of it, what I do worry about a little is that with Joel Embiid's skill set, if he's really feeling his game and if he's really playing his game, he can get certain Knicks in foul trouble, which could be very tough for us when we go with smaller lineups. That's what worries me about this series, because Philly could live in the paint and they have their fair share of players that could slash, get to the rack, live on the line. It's going to be a challenge for sure for each team.
It's going to be a great chess match. I love the way you put up both scenarios, Rich. But it's going to be a great chess match. Obviously, Cat can stretch the floor. He can take Embiid out of the paint on offense. And depending on how they defend him on defense, Philly can choose to do work from the post, work from the perimeter. So I just want to see which team is going to be able to enforce their will. That's going to determine what adjustments need to be made and if foul trouble would be a concern for your Knicks.
I think with me, I think the key to the Knicks, and I told you this before, Rich, I think we have to run Embiid because we know how fragile he is. And I think we have Cat, we have Mitch Robinson, and I think we got two bigs. One can stretch the floor and one can play in the paint. I think we can stretch the floor to where Embiid has to go out there and get Cat. And that's going to give OG, OG's a good wing player.
Yes, he
hard.
is.
Yeah, I think it's all going to be depending on how we do Joel Embiid. We need to wear him down.
Yes.
We need to get physical with him and make him work. So that game 2, his knees are hurting. And I don't mean it as a diss or anything like that.
It sounds terrible, but
I know,
but it is. It is what it is.
Look, I'm a former boxer. The way you win, you wear your opponent down, and then you knock him out. And we need to wear Embiid down because you take Embiid out the game, that team is a whole different team.
He's their strength, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the standings suggest that. That's why Philly finished third as opposed to being right up there, breathing on top of the Celtics and Knicks, because
right on.
It's like throwing dice. The three of these teams, when they're all healthy, it really could go either way.
Yeah.
Because that's the competitive nature of the Atlantic Division. But I'm still going to go Knicks in 7. I want to say Knicks in 6, but I'm going to go Knicks in 7.
I'm at it.
Rivo 1336. Always Carl or Mitch on Embiid. Well, of course, being that Karl Anthony Towns has such an offensive flow for us, and I feel that the Knicks are at their best when they run the offense through Carl.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put Mitch on him. And, there's a lot of mixing and matching because the last few minutes of each quarter, you don't necessarily want Mitch on the court unless if it's an absolute defensive need because of the free throw situation. But, it's kind of like, I'll take it way back. It's kind of like when we were putting Mace and Oak on Olajuwon. You didn't want Ewing in foul trouble. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
And I think with Mitch, Mitch is probably thinking about what happened a couple of years ago with
and thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you.
Yeah, shouts out. And Mitch, Mitch's gonna remember what happened last time with Embiid. And he's gonna play like, okay, So that's what I feel. And I know I'm talking a little trash, but I really feel the Knicks can take them out in 6 games. And I think the focus is gonna be on Joel Embiid. Let's take him out the game.
All right, sold me. You guys have sold me between.
That LSU connection, baby.
That
Tiger connection, baby.
Knicks in 6 from Richie Hicks. All right, there we go.
Hey, there you go. Booyah. Hallelujah on a Sunday.
Hallelujah. We in agreement.
Book, anything on your brain that you want to speak on, any topic whatsoever?
Oh man, well, we are all blessed, and we all need to thank Jesus Christ for his sacrifice. Bang. Without him, there is no us. We don't even have an opportunity to be us without him. Definitely appreciate the invite, fellas. Anytime, y'all already know if I'm available, I am here.
Oh yeah,
Man, it was a pleasure as always, man.
we're
No,
gonna see you
definitely a
football
pleasure.
season.
Always enjoy talking with you. And something that I do appreciate about you, and I'm not being facetious, I actually am being honest. I'm
Mhm.
never above being corrected when it comes to the pronunciation of anyone's name.
Hey,
Because you know what's funny, bro. I'll keep it a buck with you. You'll get a charge out of this. Like if I'm doing a short, we're working men. We always got stuff going on. And like I'm doing a short, and sometimes I'll
Right.
just fumble on a word, and I know I did it.
yeah.
Or I do like the long pause and be like, whoa. Like the other day, I was talking about something simple, but that's sleep deprivation at its finest. But I have always struggled with his name going back to Jacksonville when he
You know,
first came into the NFL. I always struggle with that name.
you know something, Richie. The thing about it is, it was a boxer called named Clifford Etienne.
I
But
remember him.
yeah, and see, that's what I always thought. And see, that's why us New Yorkers, we got to embrace our Southern family because we don't know it. We don't know this shit. We don't know this stuff, man.
I mean that's a
That's what
reasonable take because like
I'm
no, because every like every region that has like certain
yeah.
things but some things are like when you're talking about French. That's why I said my friend Desi from Haiti, he would have a charge with that if he heard me say that name. I'm like, hey man, if you're watching, you need to tell me this. But to people on
Oh
social
man.
media, Facebook particular to this, check out T&D Sports and Entertainment. A great place to talk sports. That's where I
Yeah.
connected with Book originally.
Yeah.
Definite man, Idris, it sounds like you're going swimming out there.
Oh my bad. I'm washing dishes. Let me finish the show first. My bad.
No, you good, bro. You good.
This is done, man.
Check out T&D Sports and Entertainment. I'm gonna make it a point to drop this show over there as soon as we get out of
Yeah.
here. Also, check out our friends at the Casual Convo Show every Monday and Wednesday night, 8 to 10 p.m. You can see the
Appreciate it.
beautiful Miss Coco, our boy Q, as well as Mr. Paul and Jude. Check out our friends at the Sports Corner, ran by Mr. Nass, Joe Gal. Mr. Nass stays on doing everything. Also,
Oh
check
yeah.
out the Basement Show, another one of his endeavors. And something near and dear to my heart, and something that I'm very proud of. This man, Idris Salam, my co-host. Check out Big Bosco Productions on Bandcamp, BAND Camp. The boom bap era of hip hop is still very much alive. Check out Idris's many projects. He also has Jazzmatical, which is an awesome jazz album. And
Okay.
I
Appreciate
know
it.
his newest project, Idris has bluntly said it's a little ratchet, but I'm a big consumer of hip hop music. Always have been pretty much since I've been about 8, 9, 10 years old. Around that age, that has always been my genre. But definitely check out Big Bosco Productions. Idris is doing his thing. Very proud of my co-host.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's go
gotcha.
to the let's go to my Facebook page, the Real Big Bosco Production. You can find my albums. The Dirtiest Rap album ever made just came out 2 weeks ago. Jazzmatical and Old Man NG Volume One. I'm working on Old Man NG Volume 3 right now. Different stuff. So
Oh
I
yeah,
man,
playfully, I
yeah.
playfully said to Idris that the only guy that dropped more albums than him in the past 18 months is Nas.
You know the thing about it, I had all of these projects on my computer for years, dude.
wow.
For years. And I just started like I'm talking like 10 years. And then I finally linking up with a few people. So
Rest in
yeah.
peace, Fox Five, man.
Say what? Say again?
Rest in peace, Fox Five.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Too
Oh
many,
yeah.
too many, too many, too
Yeah.
young, too
Too
many,
young.
too young. And
Yeah. For sure. For
yeah,
sure.
it puts in full perspective, the
Yeah.
mentality of not just, how do we know these guys, but
Yeah.
just on the everyday level, it really does put it
Yeah.
in perspective, and that's why I implore everybody to make the most out of each and every day because you never
Right
truly
on.
know,
Never
and
know,
never
man.
be afraid, to give somebody their roses,
Right.
because you never really know.
Yeah. Rest in peace for real. Yeah.
Amen.
Gentlemen,
Go.
it was a pleasure today. Really good show. Book, get at me whenever and let me know what your schedules look like for the next few weeks moving forward so we could plan this out a little more spaced and we have a little more time on it. But
Will do,
for
Rich.
Book, yeah, absolutely, bro. And shouts out to TND. Appreciate them always supporting our content. Really good place to talk sports. And
Absolutely.
yeah, also check out NFC Beast. Shouts out Keith Woolridge, Sylvia Sneed. Definitely check these guys out too. They welcome fans from all fan bases. Just because it's an NFC East page, they still welcome fans from everywhere. A great place to talk football. Shouts out to them for always supporting our
Mm-hmm.
content as well. For Book and for Idris, I am Richie. If you haven't already, please make it a point to like and subscribe to the channel, the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. Announcements to come for our next show. We're going to be getting some shorts out to you. Enjoy your NBA games today. Anything you're doing today, make it the best you could. We out.
Yes, sir.
Peace.